Clash of Clans podcast, episode 40. And we're back with the second half of the episode with Boaz. It was just so big that we could not put it all together in one, and there's a lot of great stuff. So we're just going to join back into the conversation where we left off.
I really need to go on YouTube and start looking at some attack strategies and stuff, because in the past I've known that I should be doing that, but I was like, I could be spending this time raiding or like doing, basically homework on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I don't do homework, so I was like, I can't do that. But now that the attacks matter so much more, I think it would make sense to go in there and really like get a lot of little tips and tricks. I mean, because I do from like the high level players in my clan,
right.
They give all sorts of good advice and stuff.
But that Clash Daddy was pretty cool when I saw some of his videos, just kind of watching how he did it.
I can send either Boneyard or Scotty to come live with you for a week.
No,
because
and
I have Boneyard living with me all the time, so he's like, "Well, did you got attacked today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did get attacked today." Did you go and watch a replay? No, I really don't want to go and watch a replay. I don't really want to watch this. Like,
but see,
usually my clan castle's outside.
But it's the different.
It's not a big deal, but
it's the different attack strategy for different bases and being able to maneuver between the different bases. I think is what I really need to learn from like some of those YouTube videos, just because you've got like this base. I play with my hog army, and I made the mistake of changing it up a little bit on my first attack, and adding a couple things that I don't normally use, and my strategy. I should have stuck with, and that's, like in a push, I just should have just stuck with my strategy. And when you try new things in the middle of something important, you just need to play with that kind of stuff. And yeah, like you said, do homework on strategy, which.
Yeah, I had been planning on using balloons and minions in the clan wars, and I like a day before the preparation day, I was like, oh crap, I've never used that before. I have no clue how to do it. So I had to do like a crash course, in the couple of days leading up to the war day, and do as many, balloon minion raids as possible so I could kind of get the hang of it. And fortunately, it's pretty straightforward.
It is, and it's great.
It's so like liberating to not be held back by walls, to just wash over their
cannons,
base, like
mortars.
What are walls?
Walls,
like,
mortars.
Walls?
So sorry, dude. You just that whole thing just flies. It's like a cloud. It just flies over and erases the guy's board, leaves the walls. It takes out the people, leaves the infrastructure. And that's how you defeat the aliens.
Yeah, but
you land on their planet, defeat them. Infrastructure is still there. You can move right in. You can move right in. Yes.
Here's the thing though: is I like with the minion balloon dragon army.
Well, we talked about this. This has been in past podcasts where you like to pop a dragon in there because he's soaking up shit while your minions do some crap.
Well, as it fans through the board, it's any of the other things are taken, but he's back there just doing his stuff, and the minion, and you've got to have a minion escort because they'll absorb those bombs.
Yeah.
So
but they won't
come
absorb
up with
the
a
black
mathematic equation.
They don't absorb the black ones, do they?
No, they
minions
don't, which
do.
is a bummer.
The black balloons don't seek out minions. That's a new thing. Couple of updates.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Pain in the ass. Yeah.
So you've got to have 5 dragons and the rest minions.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
Well, no, do they seek balloons?
Yeah, they'll go for the balloons.
Yeah,
they go for the red balloons.
Yeah. So that's why, like, if you send in some minion, your minion scouts, your defensive balloons, your minions behind the escort with the dragon. That's what you do.
Or you could just get a whole bunch of balloons, just go and throw a rage spell in there, and then you don't need to worry about it.
I loved that.
Yeah, that's what
that was before I made a balloon minion army, because just a balloon army takes too long. Just the balloon army was so much fun because you use 2 rage and 3 heal, and you let them come in, and you let them come in through a rage, or you let the balloons come in slowly through a heal spell, They're getting hit, but they get into the first couple of things, and then they'll split it up, and then you rage them, and they shoot apart. Like they go fast, and they boom, and they get beat up a little bit, but then you use two more heal spells. And then they heal back up as they're moving slowly through the heal spells. Okay. And then the rage spell at the end to make them wow and take out the rest. And then you got like 4 barbs whacking at walls to clean up the rest.
Well, you've got it all figured out.
6 archers whacking off some fucking laboratories for 3 stars.
Jesus.
Rage spells are just so great. And that's why the new Barb King... the ability is it's so awesome.
Everybody loves the Iron Fist.
And that's the hardest thing is upgrading the king.
It's a traveling rage spell.
Yeah.
And so here's
But you have to have the barbs though too.
When I was
he's got 5, I guess.
during the boost, I was trying to make
He has things to say too.
The cat is at least he's not shocking the system anymore. During the boost, I was trying to make elixir, so I was going with no spells, just barbs and archers and wall breakers, and the king. And I'm like, the king was key with his traveling rage spell, and 70 barbs, just wiping some shit out. The wall breakers will get you in the first row. And then you hit that Iron Fist, and those barbs just fan out in this ridiculous mob and just rage the crap out of some shit.
And then, you hope you've got somebody visiting from an alternate clan that'll donate a whole bunch of wall breakers to your clan castle.
Oh, man, that's so good. I cannot believe we fucking James Bonded that guy. Like, secret agent. Mata Harry up in that motherfucker.
That is awesome.
Boaz, do you know that when you're missing a call on your, what is this called?
What?
Skype.
Do you know that when you don't pick it up, it sounds like a James Bond, like...
Oh, it's
like,
spy service.
There's an English person
It's the answering...
Your answering service is
you guys
Bond.
So you're not wrapped up, but you're
Scotty doesn't.
You're
care.
done.
I'm super
we're in
about
Minnesota Nice 2.0 just finished like a couple minutes after we started recording this, and I still haven't seen what the Warlog screen looks like. So what is your guys' Warlog screen? Does it just say attacks 1? Or?
It looks like
I'll
it's just like every attack,
it's
and
cool.
it just says if it's defended.
It says amount of attacks, us and them. Amount of attacks 1, us and them, and then there's us versus Warlock. We beat them. Here, I'll look it up.
So is there a running tally of how many wars your clan has won? That's what I really.
You can look in it. Well, I don't know. I mean, I gotta. Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, like the overall like long running war stats.
Oh, Warlog.
Well, I think the only
the accumulated.
It says Minnesota Nice 71, Warlock 65 details, and then you can click on that.
So is there something somewhere that says like Wars 1, 1, and then that'll go up or something? Because that's what I want to see. I want like to build prestige for my clan by having won a ton of wars. And...
I know it does.
Well, it says victory 71 to 65, battles won 38.
Right. No, but he's talking about
34.
When you look at somebody's clan, you want to be able to. Let me see here.
Oh.
People are attacking me. Okay. Clan. Wars 1, it says. Right? If you go to the clan info, Wars 1.
Nice.
And that's what I think is great because being at the very beginning, your clan will have a lot of prestige if, way down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure. My clan. Yeah.
That was awesome advice that Scotty gave last time about if you've ever thought about changing your clan's name, if there's something you don't like about it, this is the time to do it. Because when you're like have 50 wars won, you're not going to want to be like, oh, my clan name's kind of stupid. We should change it, because then you're going to have to start over.
Winer Diner 69er in the butthole. I won one. I keep doing it.
I'm sure that's what we were talking about.
Because you don't want to.
Yeah, Vagina Ripper 69. Like when you have your clan name.
Unfortunately, that guy is infamous.
Yeah, when you get to town hall level 4 and your name is I lick buttholes because you think it's funny. You should probably just start over.
Yeah.
I
Get
eat
into a new
ants
clan.
for supper.
Well, it was a real trial and error, I think, for this one. You guys,
thought you were gonna say
Boaz
for
sounded
names.
like
I
you
was
guys had
You guys blew them out of the water twice.
Yeah, and we got we
yeah.
definitely got lucky with our draw. Like they just weren't as good, but they were pretty in terms of the True Sons, like my main clan. They were pretty closely matched with us. The key was we used every single one of our attacks. So every person in our clan used both their attacks. For them, you could see, there's people in their clan that have 0 donations, that don't have a badge, stuff like that. So they use, like half to 2/3 of their attacks. And so it really matters that you have active players, because that's been a big thing for us. Like, even if someone, is, like a long-standing member of ours, if they've gone for a while without playing, we have them go and hang out in a different clan, until they're playing again, just because we want to use those spots for active players and keep like a really, high activity, high octane clan. Yeah. And so now, we knew we were like, this clan war thing is going to favor us, like, when we were first reading about it, because we knew that just per capita, we had so much activity. And so now you can really see, like, same thing with the Minnesota Nice 2.0. I think we used most of our attacks, and then they used, just a little over half or something. And so it's really mismatched if the other clan, if they're not all on the ball, if they are.
So you're matched by strength, but not ability.
Yeah,
or, exactly,
not participation. But not activity. Yep, not participation. So you can, be matched up really well, but then if they're not paying attention or they don't sign on for, those 24 hours, then they just can't.
Well, I think that.
I would
well,
say
here's
if
the
anything, our clan is overactive.
Well, we all just started, right? Everybody in the world just started.
Yeah.
That first battle, we were up against people that weren't active. Some of us were inactive. We didn't get everybody in our clan involved, like on board, because we're like, hey, we haven't seen you in a couple of days. This is happening right now.
Yeah.
But again, some of us we couldn't get a hold of. Like, we finished the thing with some of us didn't attack.
Some of us weren't in the country.
Well, and
that's true. Yeah,
but I think
that's no excuse.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, right. Get the fuck back here.
I think that I think it's going to
Wi-Fi in Greece, you motherfucker.
I think that it's going to change clan structure, because it's going to ask for more participation.
Yeah,
those clans,
a lot more participation.
Because if people aren't participating, like people aren't attacking and they're not out of the country, it's like, well, we could have a spot where we could win. Higher trophies, and
it's not necessarily the fact that people are of lesser town halls. Like we weaker players is not necessarily detrimental to your war battle. If we have the lower end of our clan, our town hall 8s. That's fine because they are bringing down the total of average of the other team.
Yeah, but then also it's easy.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? As long as they're active,
but if
it doesn't mean that it does. It's not a negative.
That's a really good point.
But if that's the case, let's say the lowest levels are like really low in your clan. Well, when you get matched, they're going to take 3 stars from the low levels.
Yeah.
And if you put 50 people together and 10 of them are pretty weak, it's not going to bring down the average.
Okay, boys, here's a question for you. Here's something I brought up with Scotty a couple of different times.
I think it's the same thing that I was going to ask you about. Let's hear what it is.
Okay. Let's just say the minimum amount of people you can have in a clan to have a clan war is 10. So let's just go with 10. It's a nice even number. Let's say you have in your clan you have 5 guys that are like top level players, and you have 5 guys that are brand new, like level 4 town halls. They just got clan castles. So it's 5 big and 5 small. Does it even out so that you would get matched up with a clan that has 10 like in the middle players,
10 town hall 8s and 7s,
right, in the middle, so that your top 5, really high level players could take 2 attacks each and 3-star all
everybody.
10 of those guys.
Yeah.
And then your bottom level, your bottom 5 guys probably couldn't do shit. You know, but they still could get 1 or 2 at the lower level. Do you think, is that the same question you were asking? Do you think it?
Well, I have that's part of it, but I have another factor. So say you had 10 really high level guys and then 4 really low level guys, but you only have 10 participate, because if you had 5 low level guys, you'd have 15 participating, but because it only goes in multiples of 5,
sure.
Say you have 14 players, only 10 are going to participate.
Right.
So if you have 10 really high level guys and then 4, minimum guys, do they factor in the entire clan or only the clanmates that are participating in the war?
That's a good question. I don't know. Here's the thing. When we went to war, we had 46 players.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy, Gordominator, who didn't get to play, he was the guy that was the lowest in trophies. He's not the weakest guy. He's actually a pretty strong player. He's really high up, but he was the weakest in trophies.
Oh, so, I just told someone that it was not trophies, but strength of base, and so I was wrong. I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, it's just strength of base."
Okay, it is strength of base to that's how you're matched up. But of our 46 guys, the top 45 in trophies got matched up by strength. Yeah. I think that's how that worked.
And I don't know that was a super great matchup.
I don't know. It was.
I guess that seems kind of like bullshit,
if you guys look at your you guys are super upper level. You guys didn't get attacked.
So were they though. Their top guys were pretty high up there.
I think it was pretty even.
Like maybe they had like 5 or 6. Like their top 3 guys were better than any of our guys.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, like they were the top guys were matched. It was pretty.
You're only as good as what you can get rated for. I think that
us versus Warlock was a pretty even match.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think if you had 25 members that were really low and 25 members that were really high, I think that there has to be something different in the calculation rather than just the average strength of.
Why? Doesn't that make?
I would be curious. I would be curious to find out.
It takes a lot of doing to get 25 really high and 25 really low.
You're curious to what?
I'd be just what they're saying. I'd be curious to find out what the formula is, what the algorithm is, or whatever.
Yeah.
In terms of to know what that is.
Because you could get 25 people with dummy accounts. They just get their clan castle. Mm-hmm. They join the other. The people come in, and you've got super low level matched up against high level. I mean, maybe it would work to their detriment because you've got that many low level people. But you get 2 attacks. So I mean,
but you get 2 attacks, yeah.
But I just don't think it could be. True. I just don't think it could be that basic.
With your top, you have 10 guys in a clan. The top 5 guys can 3-star 2 people and get all of the stars available.
Mm-hmm. Well, so what Scott, like when you were bringing this up last time, Boaz, Boneyard, what Scotty said was. Supercell would have thought of that.
Yeah,
which I got to agree with him there is that they would have thought through all of these different strategies and loopholes and different things that we'd be trying to figure out. I bet they.
It's one of the. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that if you're going to put the time and effort to make that happen, it's not gonna. You're not going to like ruin the game by doing that. You're just going to be a clan that can possibly run over some people.
Yeah, but restart every single account.
But you're going to get a lot of people.
But it's gonna be really hard to do that. It's going to be really hard.
I just don't think it would be that basic. I
don't see why it wouldn't be. It doesn't seem like they would make it that hard, make it that complicated.
I mean, I would think at least there'd be 2 levels to it. Matched by strength and its strength of troops.
Strength of defenses and strength of troops.
Yeah. But I don't know. I
think you got 25 guys that have fucking awesome defenses and troops, 25 guys that don't. You go up against, it gets matched up against, it could be, I mean, you could get matched up against, theoretically, 25 guys with high shit and 25 guys with low shit. Mm-hmm. Theoretically. Or you get matched up somewhere in the middle. You just, a range.
But it's not like a Town Hall 10s with great defenses. can go in and get 3 stars on all the Town Hall 9s. You know, like
you're right, and it matters. It matters. You know, like you could like, how about this? If you thought about it beforehand, you know, your alternate account, all you would do was train troops. You wouldn't upgrade any of your defenses.
Yeah, but then they could 3-star you.
They could 3-star you, but you could 3-star them twice. You could get 6 stars where they can only get 3 on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You upgrade your troops, but not your defenses. And that way you can go in and get 6 stars and give up 3.
Right.
So I was just thinking, like, where can we go and find the formula that they use? But I wonder if they'll intentionally keep it a secret so we can't exploit it. You know, because it'd be great if, like, you know, if
I'm not going to.
No, it'll get found out, and this will happen. I mean, I honestly think that this is the way that it's going to be.
I know. I don't.
But it's not going to be easy.
Everybody's going to be on global going, I need a level.
Join me if you're level 4. Town Hall level 4, join us. We're at top level. We donate level 10 dragons.
Yeah.
But only if you're a level 4 Town Hall.
You cannot upgrade
level 4
anything.
dragons?
You join us. Well,
I mean, level 10.
honestly, I'm global. All it is join me. Oh, join us. Oh, I got level 5. I'm
any
almost
girls
level 80.
here?
Yeah.
Any girls
Any
that
girls
want to
here?
talk to me on Kick?
Yeah, right.
It's so creepy. It's like a pedophile's dream or something. It's just creeps me out to go in there sometimes.
That's crazy.
But honestly,
I'd forget about it.
You think that it would be too much work for a pedophile? Because it's just so annoying. There's way easier avenues for pedophiles to find kids.
If Boneyard was a pedophile, it would be way too much work for him.
He's already
Your
worked through this.
kids are safe on global chat when Boneyard's around, or in any of the Minnesota Nice clans.
I just tell you
That's
that
a
you
good
can
point.
get.
It's probably they're not going to set up To Catch a Predator on Clash of Clans Global. Or something.
Although I am
except-
scared some days that
Except for all of a sudden they come in and there's Boneyard standing there like he's the To Catch a Predator guy.
right.
If they ever start to catch an asshole, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Hey, Dick! What are you, 12? Your mouth sucks. And my dick!
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god.
So there's another factor about the Clan Wars that I think is really cool that I didn't know if it was going to be a part of it until we started seeing some of those YouTube videos come out, and that's the fact that the loot is generated from, it's not stolen from the other, the opponents. It's generated from thin air, and so it's just injected into the economy, and that way you have nothing to lose when you're doing an attack, right? I mean, when you're entering a clan war, you can only win, you can't really lose. And the reason that's nice is because trophy pushing, really, in the grand scheme of things, trophy pushing is stupid unless you're it's fun. Like, I love trophy pushing, but unless you have like a max base and there's nothing else to do, trophy pushing just sets you back.
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. Takes your, puts all your builders to sleep
I remember
way
trophy
too long.
pushing. I'm like, you know what? At the end of my trophy push, I was putting my elixir bases outside so that they could take it and leave, and they would take it and leave, giving me trophies. And instead of having the town hall outside, I'd have all this elixir outside.
Right.
They'd take that, then leave
strategy.
because they
That's
couldn't
cool.
get anything else, and then I'd get trophies. It's the opposite.
But so do you think
I hate
trophy pushing will?
Well, so trophy pushing, I think it's still different.
I think the League of
than
Clans is
Clan
going to die.
Wars. I think trophy pushing will definitely be less and less prevalent, just because trophy pushing was the only way to compete.
Yeah, that's
before.
true.
That
It
was
really
the
was the
only
thing.
way you could measure up against other clans. Now they have this other way to do it, and this way you don't get set back in terms of building your defenses. You
Right.
don't get set back in terms of in terms of doing your upgrading and everything. You don't lose loot. In a trophy push, you try to acquire as much loot as possible because it's going to get drained out of you by building
and
spells, troops, and hitting next. You hit next so many times when you're in master, you just blow through your gold.
With the war clan, it happens in game. It doesn't have to happen out of game. Everybody in the world gets to be involved in it. It's not just people who sign up with different leagues of clans. And you know, we're probably not the only league of clans. There's probably other same kind of things that are happening in other countries. You know, we don't speak Chinese, man. That shit's happening over there too. They're going crazy.
That's a good point.
Well, I don't know. I think
this happens in game. This is official.
But it is cool to see how high up. I think now the thing about it, the trophy pushing thing is not how. It's the longevity of it. It's the the amount that wars won. That's where it's
trophy pushing.
It's cool to see how far you can get.
The League of Clans was around for a long time before we got in on it, and it'll be around for a while. And there is a continuum of it, which makes it cool. It makes it something to be involved in. You know, our clan still, and you know what? Not only did our clan win, but in spite of clan wars, our clan still wins trophy pushes. You know what I mean?
We didn't win trophy push.
No. I'm not saying us. I'm just saying in general. Like, hey, in spite of the clan wars, League of Clans, whoever's involved, our clan is still winning these pushes, and that's some bragging rights.
And the advantage of trophy pushing while clan warring is that you don't have to move your fucking base around all the time. You can just leave it as one.
Leave that goddamn town hall inside.
Because you know what? If we're going to have clan wars all the time, I want to be able to change my base like I change shoes.
I'm actually moving
3 times a day.
my town hall outside because
it's after 6. I need to change my shoes.
Yeah,
I keep getting attacked.
That's what we did. Like, you have it outside, you're farming and everything right up until, the very end of the preparation day. Then you briefly, move the town hall inside, arrange your defenses.
Move 3 buildings around for real quick and then move it back.
And then and as soon as it starts and it snapshots your base, then you can move the town hall back out, rearrange everything. So really you only have to have it set in the the war style or the trophy pushing style for like a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And then you can just immediately switch back.
That's what I'm doing now because I've gotten hit for a lot of gold today with it inside, which is kind of cool to see, but I'm like, you know what? I need to make some money before
I got nothing.
Because if it's going to be measured on strength, I got to keep those upgrades going. So I'm going to have to farm in the meantime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that's what's cool about Clan Wars is that trophy pushing just directly drains your loot, whereas Clan Wars increases your loot. So it's practical.
I have no gold or elixir to lose in Clan Wars, and I have enough dark elixir for the next 6 Clan Wars. I mean, honestly, I have 40,000 dark elixir. That's enough for the next. I mean, I can make.
But you're not gonna upgrade your king or queen?
Well, no, because I can't use them.
Didn't you listen to this?
I can't use them.
Earlier?
My king is gonna wake up tomorrow at a level 10, the 2nd Iron Fist level, and he's not going beyond that because I'll never be able to use him again.
Yeah, that is bullshit. They need to.
It's going to be fucking 40 weeks before I can get him to level 15.
Yeah, because mine's at level 16, which means I have 24 levels to go, which is 24 weeks.
We need to be able to use our king and queen while they're upgrading.
Right. Yeah, but otherwise, there should never be anything that discourages you from upgrading, which is why it's so cool that they let you use your defenses in Clan Wars, even if they're upgrading.
We should be able to use our king and queen.
So maybe I will
because
just
in trophy pushing, you're like, I don't want anything to be upgrading during the trophy push because blah blah blah. And so, I mean, with Clan Wars, you don't even need to break stride. You can keep your normal schedule of updates and everything, and not even worry about it, unless you're Inferno.
I'd like to clarify. We may have broached this subject earlier. My king was upgrading during Clan Wars. I couldn't use him offensively, but was my king awake when?
Yes,
I never got attacked. So if somebody was,
he was on defense.
Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. Then that's good.
You just adjust battle style, just like you have to do now.
Well, you just adjust all you're doing is adjusting your base so that the king is inside, so he doesn't get drawn out.
Yeah, but if you think you think of it as a defensive troop, then you do want to upgrade.
It's a defensive troop.
Yeah,
You can just have them upgrading all the time.
Yeah,
but that's the only benefit.
So if you use an air army, I mean, really, it's like, why not you? I've been doing my queen.
If you don't care about having that guy on the ground, then just upgrade him all the time. He still defends your war camp.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Now
that's it.
I didn't like the barb. I didn't like the barb queen.
It's something.
I didn't like the barb king before the fist that much.
Yeah.
So I kept upgrading it. The queen, her hit points are so low that I might as well just keep upgrading her. But by the time I do that and I get to level 30, they'll change it so that I can use it during the clan wars.
Yeah. They'll change it so that it'll be like, oh my god, I just wasted 17 jillion dark elixir by upgrading it till now.
I did. The guys at Supercell will be like, "Oh, is Scotty done upgrading?
Yeah.
Okay, well now we can make it cheaper."
What did Scotty just start upgrading? Because we're gonna make that cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, and
how much did he pay for
I don't know. I was waiting for the update. I thought maybe it would change.
The TJ Maxx version is coming out now.
Who's a TJ Maxx version?
Well, you know how never mind.
The cheap version.
Well,
yeah, the slightly damaged
no!
or altered.
What are you talking about?
This shirt is awesome. Too bad one sleeve is an inch longer than the other. TJ Maxx.
All right.
So I think everyone probably felt the same as me before, which is that the Archer Queen is better than the Barb King because she had the ranged attacks and stuff, and I think then now with the abilities it really balanced it out. Like now I like the Barb King
way
better than the Archer Queen because the ability is so cool.
Yeah,
no. The Queen was better with the range, but now her invisibility power, her first one, it's like what, 2 seconds? It's not even worth nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I put my Queen out, I immediately hit her thing so that there's 3 more archers out.
But you should just wait till you get inside because then you can drop it when she doesn't have a chance to get the mortar.
Archers are getting attacked. Whatever. I'm not paying attention to them.
If you wait until she's like getting blasted by an X-Bow or Inferno or something and then do it, it's kind of nice because then it causes it to switch targets.
Yeah, it switches to her archers.
No, that's good. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
She does more damage.
I hear that. Especially when it's like the X-Bow will switch targets from her and her archers to
Giants
or something that's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally.
So we're running at an hour 25. It's been long.
Late. Clan Wars!
Double episode.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to probably split it in half with this long.
Oh, we got to do some shout-outs. I just remembered.
And I actually have shout-outs this time. So.
Okay.
Boaz, you go first.
Boaz, you go first.
Well, so I have a few from Minnesota Nice 2.0 because when I mentioned that that I was Boaz, there's a few people that wanted me to shout him out. So Nico, who's apparently Stinky Kyle. Yeah, so I gotta shout him out, and also he wanted me to let people know about his YouTube channel, X Monster 1, where he has Clash videos, Call of Duty videos.
Oh,
Apparently, he's a big deal.
Rupert
Swagger.
I had no idea. I'm gonna have to talk to him about the big poker
and then
game.
the leader, Big Timer. So
you want to say that again?
I'm sorry, I was talking over you. I was talking about Stinky Kyle. He's awesome. Anyway,
people can hear it. And then on to my clan, the True Sons. I've only really ever shouted out one guy, which is Trix, my buddy 805 Trix. So first of all, big shout out to him. But the other leaders, Spleen, Death Reaper, Rojo, Preston, Ninja.
How many leaders do you have?
We have 9 leaders, and they're all pretty much all founding members. We've been together since, we just calculated it out, March of 2013. Okay. So we just had our 1-year anniversary, and so most of these guys have been there the whole time. And so we don't have
Minnesota
any
Nice
one
is
person.
At least 2 years.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you guys are since 2012 or 12. I saw.
It's only been they started, I think, in the end of the summer a year and a half ago, almost 2 years.
You and I started playing
a year and a half, almost
Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, or before.
And we were in Minnesota Nice before the end of that year. That was 2012.
Yeah, since 2012, but it's not been 2 years, 2 full years.
No, but it's
anyway.
still 2012.
Okay, all right.
And
I didn't say 2 years. I said 2012.
You too.
Come on,
Math
Boaz.
majors.
Sorry, Boaz, go ahead.
Boaz, go on.
So yeah, okay, and then our we had Coley. So yeah, we're all. There's no one person that's higher than the others. Although we do have one guy who's kind of our flagship account, our pride and joy. Go Heat 3. He's got all level 9 walls, some level 10 walls with no gemming. He's got, I believe, a 7 at the front of his gold grab. He's just a beast. So big shout out to Go Heat 3.
Wow, yeah, right.
And then
big swinging.
This guy has a great name. His last name is Haverlock, and his name is Havocock. And I just he's like, oh, I wish I had a different name. I was like, dude, that's the best name in all Clash of Clans. How can you not
That's
like
cool.
that? Yeah, and then El Bizzle. So those are our leaders and co-leaders of our clan. So I finally needed to get that in there.
Word up to all y'all.
Yeah.
Very nice. You guys shout outs?
Ben the Great. I missed it on the last one. He was the guy that came to visit our clan. He came to visit our clan and was just some kid who was super jazzed about being, oh my God, I'm on a podcast. I'm with Scotty and Boyd. I'm like, awesome. He was an awesome dude. It was super fun. Really was talkative and really was fun on the chat.
He was
had
a
good
lot
time.
of fun.
Cool.
Yeah,
Big
really,
shout out.
really got involved in.
We were supposed to. I shouted him out on the clan the night that we had too much podcast juice to podcast.
Oh yeah, last time we were here and I was passed out upstairs. But he's cool, Ben the thing, and then
Ben the Great.
At the same time that he came in, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to hang out for the night." We're like, "Hey man, it's Minnesota only, but you can hang out if you want." He's like, "Ah, totally cool. You guys are awesome." At the exact same time, this guy called. I want to say it was the Big Stink, or something like that, and I was calling him Stinky. He's like, "Hey, I'm a fan. Oh, I'm a high level guy. I got maxed out troops." I'm like, "Oh, it's Minnesota nice, so you can hang around." And then he's like, "Well, if I'm gonna get kicked out, fuck you guys." And he left. Like, so hey, Stinky, go fuck yourself. That's that shout out. One big shout out to Ben the Great. Awesome, Stinky.
Okay.
Up your butt.
God.
Sean.
Sean was there.
Oh, Sean. Which you've never given me. You still haven't given me his info.
I sent it to you. It's probably sitting right there. Anyway,
not
so
sitting
we're
right
gonna
there.
wrap.
I've looked several
We're
times.
gonna wrap this up.
Hey,
Sean wants to pay and buy some little bony action.
talk about it off the air.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
my
God.
Follow us on Twitter and check out my little bonies. They're totally awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So, you can follow us on Twitter at WBSMT Radio, ClashClansPodcast.com.
And the last
and
shout
then,
out
and then the
goes to-
YouTube channel, the new YouTube channel. We'll be putting new videos up this week sometime.
What do you got, Lady B?
Have you seen the new macaroni and cheese commercial?
No.
It's fantastic.
All right, we're wrapping this up.
All right, one last thing for me.
Yeah, go for it.
Nutsack. That is all.
All right.
Okay, that is either a shout out or a declaration of your independence. What about the mac and cheese
the
commercial?
True Son's motto and password.
Oh, Vanilla Ice.
Nutsack.
So, my
Exactly,
shout out goes to
nutsack.
Vanilla Ice.
The Go Name
B.I.
Yourself.
Yeah,
All right.
and
Okay.
Vanilla Ice is probably way too cool to play Clash of Clans.
Who
But
knows?
if he
Who
listens,
knows?
but if he
If he
listens,
does,
contact us at ClashOfClansPodcast.com.
No.
42427. Call us at
contact Lady B.
What was that?
42427
Vanilla
Clash.
Ice.
What was that?
42427 Clash.
All right.
Very good.
I love
All
it.
right.
I love it when a
Well,
guest.
thanks for being here.
I love it
Boaz.
when a guest just fucking play right into it and do it. That's great. All right, so
Thanks for being here, Boaz.
yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
being here,
no
Boaz.
problem. Anytime.
Good looking out.
It was fun.
Lady B, Scotty.
Peace out, everybody. Clash
right here.
on, Clan Wars. We'll
Clash
see what
Clans
happens
Podcast.com.
this next week.
Keep it
Clan Wars!
clashy.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.